All right, find your inner pirate. Arr. All right, now we're heading into the off season of football, guys. I think I came up with a cool content idea, just to kind of focus on the off season, and maybe once a week, maybe once every couple weeks, I'll find some time to sit down, take in a movie that I really like, and then at that point, come on here and try and do some cool movie reviews because I really believe in or out, Roxy. I really believe movies are a great piece of art. You can learn a lot about life, just with anything else in life. Feel that way, especially about sports. But these actors are incredible. These people directing the movies, the people writing the scripts, just the whole process of making a movie is so complicated. And I just have a ton of respect for these people, man, that are out there trying to make really great art with their films. And this Whiplash movie came out in 2014. I was 18 when this movie came out, so I was right in that range of fixing to be out on my own. And just Miles Teller, my favorite actor, see myself a lot in him. This movie's incredible because you just get to see him grind it out. He's a drummer in a jazz orchestra, and it's an incredible movie. I fell in love with Miles Teller as an actor when I watched The Spectacular Now. His character was Sutter Keeley. That movie was just a really great inspiration too. If you ever get time, check out The Spectacular Now. Used to be on Netflix. But anyways, Teller's talking about him, man. He's the lead character in this, and he was on the Bill Simmons podcast a while ago. He's just a dude's dude. I just see myself a lot in pretty much every movie he does, and this movie he plays a character named Andrew. He's an aspiring drummer. His drive and passion for drumming, it really jumps through the screen. There's just a lot of shit he's got to deal with, and he uses that as fuel to become a great drummer. And J.K. Simmons, I believe he won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. He's sort of Andrew's instructor and mentor to a degree. He's a hard, he's a hard ass psychopath, man, and it feels a little over the top throughout the movie. Not a little, a lot over the top. I mean, he threw a cymbal at Andrew's head for crying out loud in one scene. I think we can all relate to that to some degree. If you played sports, had a hard ass coach, it sucks in the moment, but usually come out of the other side better for it. He's an incredible in this movie, J.K. Simmons. He plays Professor Fletcher, and yeah, they're at a big jazz college, and that's kind of the premise of the movie. So the shit he says is hilarious. Fletcher, I mean, my favorite line was probably when he lost his mind to this fat ass out that was out of tune. One of my favorite lines of the movie. I carried your fat ass for too long. I'm not gonna have you tossed as a competition because your mind is on a fucking Happy Meal instead of on pitch. That cracked me up. So yeah, that's kind of the general overview of the movie, why I love it. I'll dig into some specific things I like here now. Start with my favorite scene. Um, there's a couple. When Nicole, kind of Andrew's love interest, Andrew goes to the movie theater with his dad, and he always buys popcorn from the cute girl at the concession stand. Her name's Nicole. Eventually, Andrew gets the balls to go up and ask her out on a date. She immediately tells him to go away, but she was just joking. It was just a beautiful scene, man. They made plans to go grab pizza. I mean, who doesn't love pizza? So it was the perfect first date. Um, You'll have to watch the movie to see how that plays out, the rest of their relationship. I won't do any spoilers here. But, the final scene, of course, is what's most memorable about this movie. So those are the two scenes I like the most. Um, One of the inspirations behind doing these movie review podcasts is the rewatchables that the Ringer podcast network does. Bill Simmons does that. He hops on with somebody. I haven't listened to a ton of them, but they're really cool. And I kind of want to start doing something like that on my own. So One thing they always do, they always bring up in these rewatchable podcasts, they say, who's the heat check characters in this movie? And that's basically someone who isn't necessarily a big part of the movie, but every time they come on, they sort of steal the show. And I'm going with Nicole, the love interest here. She's just a really cool girl, super pretty. I can see myself falling in love with that this kind of girl. And son and Andrew, unfortunately, um, he thinks she's gonna hold him back for whatever reason, and she's just not that kind of girl. She took it on the chin. I felt bad for her, but she's just a super authentic woman that would never do that to Andrew. So she's got a great sense of humor. I love the scene she's in. I really do. Soundtrack. When you watch a movie, man, you can always find awesome songs if you pay attention. That's a really big inspiration of a lot of music I found is soundtracks to movies, the closing credits. But for this movie, it's all about jazz drumming. So Andrew's a jazz musician, and it's just jazzy type of music throughout. It's pretty peaceful. I like it actually. And finally, guys, these aren't going to be long reviews. I don't really know how long they'll be, but how long we're going yet. But really, just kind of what sets this movie apart to close it out. It's just super inspiring to me. I actually want to learn to play the drums someday. And it just goes to show you if you love something hard enough and believe in yourself, there's no telling what you can accomplish. And sometimes you got to have someone who pushes you so hard, like Fletcher does in this movie, to get where you want. We live in this instant gratification society, and you just don't come across strong leaders anymore. So I think we've become too soft. So even though Fletcher's a complete asshole, to be great, you got to dig deep and you need to be pushed by strong leaders. Reminds me of Phil Jackson, the way he plays mind games to motivate. So these coming of age type movies, they're probably my favorite movie genre, especially where I'm at in my life. I just relate to these type of movies. So this is one of my all-time favorite movie guys. I've given it a high score. I'll try and do a ranking after for all these movies on a scale of 1 to 10. This gets a 9.1 for me. Whiplash, go see it.